Good, happy Sunday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to Politics right here on the Riley King Network. Let's get started. First up, Zipcar offers free service to voters Tuesday. The car-sharing network Zipcar will make over 7,000 vehicles across the nation free for members to use on election night. The company is offering free renovations on Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Zipcar operates hundreds of cities and over 500 college campuses, including University of New Hampshire. Zipcar is encouraging their member to get out and #drive the vote. Regardless of political affiliations or sentiments, we believe that voting is a civil duty, and we want to ensure that access to transportation isn't a barrier in casting a ballot. To learn or to make a reservation on Tuesday, visit zipcar.com/drive-the-vote. Hillary Clinton to visit the state with James Taylor. With just days to go before election, Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton will be campaigning in Manchester, New Hampshire with singer-songwriter James Taylor. Clinton will deliver a speech at the Radisson Hotel Sunday after a performance by Taylor. Clinton will also be joined by Democratic candidate for U.S. Senate Maggie Hassan. The event is scheduled for 8:15 p.m., but the doors open at 5:45 p.m. Campaign shifts into high gear ahead of election. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR.
Just 2 days left before the election, presidential surrogates are out campaigning, looking to sway undecided voters.
She has worried about children. She's worried about women's rights internationally.
Former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright is campaigning for Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton. She says Republican challenger Donald Trump is not fit for the job.
He does not understand what national security is about. He doesn't have the temperament to be commander-in-chief, and Hillary Clinton is the best prepared person ever to run for President of the United States.
The Clintons have just drifted further and further towards special interest, insider interest. You can see it in these WikiLeaks. You can see it in these emails, really.
U.S. Senator from Alabama Jeff Sessions spoke with volunteers at a local campaign office. He's here campaigning for Donald Trump.
He's strong. He's a doer. He wants to get things done. He puts America first.
Several Democrats, including Massachusetts U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren, rallied volunteers before setting out to canvass the city.
We're just making sure we get as many folks out voting on Tuesday as possible. I think we're ready to take our next step forward as a state.
Democrat Colin Van Ostern is running for governor. He says he feels confident going into the election.
I think we deserve a governor who's going to put people over politics, who's going to fight to bring and keep young people and young families and new businesses and startups here.
He's a paid political operative. He's been in politics his entire career, and that's his perspective.
Republican challenger for governor Chris Sununu says he's the right choice on Tuesday.
I'm a business guy. I'm an engineer. I think people are looking for a governor that is a stakeholder in a lot of the issues. So whether we talk about energy or health care, all these issues really matter, and you have to have someone that's living and breathing them every day.
Kristen Carosa, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Qualifications, temperament, aid Clinton in 2016 campaign's closing day. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
Take a walk on the wild side. Said, hey honey, take a walk on the wild side.
Can't believe it. Here we are, T-minus 3 days until the election, and Hillary Clinton is waking up this morning with what can be characterized as a clear but not entirely comfortable lead. According to our latest ABC News tracking poll, there the number is Clinton up by 4 points, 47 to 43.
The two candidates with two very different strategies in these final hours and days. There was Hillary overnight with Jay-Z and Beyonce. I believe the pantsuit squad was nearby as well.
Standing by in the wing.
Standing by, ready to dance. Meantime, surrogates, including President Obama and former President Clinton, fanning out across the battleground states. Donald Trump, by contrast, going it mostly alone, pointing out overnight that he was still able to draw a large crowd with no big celebrities by his side.
A point of pride for him. So what is the outlook as we near the end of this long and, for many of us, intensely anxiety-provoking campaign? Our analysts are standing by, but we're going to start here this morning with ABC's Cecilia Vega, who's been covering the Clinton campaign from the start and is ready for a nap. Cecilia, good morning to you.
Can I just sleep right here?
Yes, yes.
Good morning.
After you tell us what's happening.
Thank you. Well, you said it. It is hard to believe, but we are now down to just hours before Election Day. Hillary Clinton, in her final push, has that well-oiled Democratic machine out in force on this last weekend. Nearly 1 million volunteers across the country knocking on doors, making calls, trying to get to a record number of voters and get them to the polls, not to mention calling in some famous friends. Overnight in the battleground of Ohio, the campaign trail looked like this. Queen Bee making a surprise appearance at a Get Out the Vote rally for Hillary Clinton, wearing none other than a pantsuit of her own. The superstar not only offering her singing praise.
Less than 100 years ago, women did not have the right to vote. Look how far we've come from having no voice to being on the brink of making history.
But also her ringing endorsement.
I want my daughter to grow up seeing a woman lead our country. I'm with her.
The power couple in Cleveland.
We are on the doorsteps of history.
Where Clinton joined them backstage before stepping into the spotlight.
I am so energized after this concert. And I gotta say, didn't you love the pantsuits?
Potential payoff for Clinton, huge. Thousands lined up for a coveted ticket distributed not at all by chance, right next to a polling site. Her final push, a star-studded affair. From Stevie Wonder in Philadelphia to Mark Cuban in Pittsburgh. Even former foe Bernie Sanders in Ohio, Vice President Joe Biden in Wisconsin, and President Obama jumping in the fray in North Carolina, mincing no words about Trump's own words.
Who calls women pigs and dogs and slobs? It's like suddenly reality TV has entered into the race for the presidency.
And Clinton is now calling in more big names. Katy Perry joins her tonight. Tomorrow, LeBron James. Clinton heads back to Ohio tomorrow. This will be her 4th trip there in just the last couple of weeks. That shows you how valuable that battleground is.
Cavalcade of stars for her. Cecilia, thank you. We know you'll be with her every step of the way.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Trump rushed off stage at campaign rally. Protesters say he was riled up. Let's take a listen to this video from CNN.
Swinging through the battleground state of Nevada, had his stump speech interrupted by someone in the crowd. Secret Service rushed Trump off the stage. Reno police and SWAT teams descended. They took the man into custody. Here's why they had such a response and why there was such panic.
We're all very interested in what Mr. Trump had to say, as a guy in a red shirt just brushed right next to me, screaming, "There's a guy with a gun." I guess he saw it as the guy had a sign with Mr. Trump's face covered. As they were trying to get his sign down, there was another gentleman standing by me with an orange shirt. He jumped the guy first, and then right afterwards the Secret Service came down, and then police shot right in.
You didn't see a gun?
I did not.
So you didn't see any weapon?
I was, by that point, by the time I got in and shot my video, the guy was already on the floor with the Secret Service.
So yeah, I was watching the Trump speak, and I heard someone scream, "This guy has a gun." So I looked towards the guy that he was talking about. It was a guy. It didn't look to me like he had a gun, or at least I didn't see a gun. But people were screaming that he did have a gun, and immediately after that, Trump was taken off stage. Everyone starts dispersing. I hear people saying, "Let's get out of here. It's not going to be good." But I just took that opportunity to get closer to the front because it seemed like the armed officers had it under control.
A law enforcement official tells CNN that no weapon was found. Trump returned to the stage. He continued and finished his speech, taking the time to thank Secret Service.
Okay, and there you go on that report. And just a quick reminder, Election Day is this coming Tuesday. If you are still undecided and not sure who to vote for our next president or our local states people, please send us an email at RileyKing12@gmail.com if you're a still undecided voter. We would like to hear from any undecided voters, so comment below here or comment below under the video or send us a message on the Riley King Network Facebook page or send us an email at RileyKing12@gmail.com. We would like to hear from any of the undecided voters. And don't forget to go out and vote on Election Day. On Tuesday, it will help. And it's good to go out and vote. And yeah, if you don't vote, then you'll be sorry. And that does it for politics right here on the Riley King Network. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Goodbye, everyone.